Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my favorite contour products. I have 3 brushes and 4 actual contour products for applying to your face. Everything but one is drugstore level, or at least drugstore prices too, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the stuff I'm wearing today. And what I'm using for a contour today, which is in my monthly makeup basket video, which I will leave linked down below, is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is a mini size one that I got in the Beauty Bloggers Darling set. And as you can see, it looks kind of warm, but it actually doesn't look too warm on the face. And that's going to be this one right here. It's the second one over from my knuckles. It's cool toned enough for me that I can pull it off, but it's dark enough to kind of create a dramatic contour. And the brush I like to use with that is going to be this one from BH Cosmetics. It's from one of their larger brush sets. I will leave the exact set link down below as well. But it's like too small to be great for blush, even though it's kind of an angled blush brush. So I like it for contouring because I can really get in there and chisel out the cheekbones. This brush is not great for going down the nose. I would recommend a separate brush for that, but I do really like this brush for doing cheekbone contour. The next one also is good with the angled brush, or just an all-over powder brush, and that would be the NYC New York Color Wheel Mosaic Face Powder, and this is in all-over bronze, or all-over bronze glow. And I did not actually hit pan on this. I got this a hand-me-down from my older sister, and she hit pan on it, and then decided she had something better, or she had a new one. I'm not quite sure. And that's going to be the one right here. And this one is not the best for a super defined contour, like with a smaller brush. It works really well with a larger, kind of subtle contour for a more natural look, like just a step closer to contour from just straight bronzing. But I do really like this, and this is like $3 or $4, so this is probably the most inexpensive product I have here today. Probably my favorite contour product, which I got on recommendation from Love Heatherette 2010, who was one of my monthly favorites for the month of October as well, is this NYX blush in Taupe. I like using it with either this Real Techniques contour brush, which is also same recommendation from the same person, which I will leave a video, or her channel linked down below. But this works really well together, the contour brush, for getting in there, and this brush I love for most of my contour products. And then this blush right here, since it is so cool toned and it's light enough, it makes a great contour for someone like me who is pretty fair skinned. I'm not the fairest of the fair, but I'm maybe a step or two above the fairest of the fair. I'm pretty fair. Another brush I really like using with the NYX blush, or really anything for something super defined, is this BH Cosmetics brush that was in the Pop Art brush set. Is I think on their, like, what they call the brushes, they call it like an all-over face blending brush, but it's so small, it's just not great. I couldn't find a purpose for it, and I decided to try contouring with it. And it's great because it's small enough, it really gets in the hollows of your cheeks. You can take it down your nose, under your lip, you can go around your temples with it if you want to. And I really enjoy this brush for contouring, and it's small enough that for, like, crazy costume contouring, I was able to go into a pretty pigmented brown eyeshadow even, and just tap off the excess and do some extreme contouring for Halloween. So this brush is really awesome, and I actually highly recommend the entire set of the BH Cosmetics Pop Art Beauty brush set. The last product I want to mention is this blush bronzer duo from Flower Beauty, and this is in, I believe, it's the Ready Set Glow blush and bronzer duo in Shimmering Goddess, which is kind of a weird name because both of the colors in here are matte. The blush is super pretty matte, kind of rosy blush, and then the bronzer is super pigmented, which you can see right down here. It's just a little too dark for me and a little too orange leaning since I am so fair and I have cool undertones. So I really like it, but I just feel like it's not quite for me. If I was to use this, I'd use a big fluffy brush and bronze my face with it. But for someone who may have a too dark of a skin or a more medium skin tone and NYX's Taupe doesn't work for you, I'd recommend trying this because it's both a great, 2-in-1 product, and it's going to be darker and more able to get that really defined look. So that is all of my favorite contour products. I'd say probably my favorite is Taupe. And either one of these two brushes is my favorite, depending on what I'm going for. This one's a little more in there and defined, but this one's great for everyday use as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and also any recommendations you have for contour products, especially for fair skin on the drugstore level, I am definitely interested in hearing. So if you could leave those down below in a comment, I'd be very grateful. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.